What's up, my tricksters? It is your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero. So, today's topic is going to be about red flag decks. Now, if you don't know what a red flag deck is, I believe Hardleg Joe coined this term. At least he's the first person I saw on Twitter who used it. Kind of as a joke, but I kind of thought about it and thought, ooh, this might make a fun video, so we're going to talk about it. What a red flag deck is if your opponent plays this deck, you instantly start going, your brain, for some uncontrollable reason, starts...
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
You know what I mean? Like, or something like that. You get an irrational, like, fight or flight response, if you will, when you see these decks. So, before we get any further, guys, I want you in the comments below to tell me what your red flag deck is. Or the handful of them, because I've got 5 that I'm about to talk about. So let me know what those 5 are, your red flag decks. And also, guys, if you want to support the channel, guys, check out the link below in the description for Yourplaymats. There's I'm gonna flash the code. It's Ben10YP, or the link in the description at checkout, and you can get custom sleeves from Yourplaymats and get 10% off. So you guys should go check that out. Anyway, let's get into this. So the red flag deck thing is also kind of inspired by red flags for the dating world. And today we're going to be talking about red flag decks. So the first one I have on my list is, and I have my cheat sheet over there where I can see it, is Mystic Mine. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be on a lot of people's red flags. Basically, like I said, red flag decks make you irrationally have a fight or flight response. So that's what Mystic Mine does for me. Like, the first thing I see Mystic Mine, even if I'm playing a deck that just has a ton of outs, like, I don't know, like if you play Dark Magician and you're up against a Mystic Mine deck because you have Dark Magic Circle and Dark Magic Attack, you kind of have like a lot of outs to the deck because you're not as monster reliant as a lot of other decks are. So, but even if I was playing something like that and I was up against Mystic Mine, I'm gonna be like, oh, not the mine. Ugh. So yeah, the next one on my list of cards that are gonna they're just gonna make me, have a knee-jerk reaction to is Sky Striker. And the big reason why this is a red flag deck is because mostly these players who play that deck are notoriously known for skirting the time rules, using them to their advantage to get wins they wouldn't otherwise have gotten. Also, they use Mystic Mine. A lot of those players do. And, on Edo Pro, every other deck I play against is Sky Striker, and I don't know why. Because I don't see them winning everything left and right on, like, all the events that all the other tubers are reporting on. So I don't know why everybody and their mom is playing Sky Strikers on Edo Pro. I swear it's like either one out of every other deck that I play or 1 out of every 3. It's very often on Edo Pro. All right, number 3 on my red flag deck list is Altergeist players. This one comes from my personal experience. Like I said, even if I'm playing cards like the deck that I'm playing just happens to have a really good matchup against these decks, I still get this, like, my brain is like, just to reiterate that. But this one comes from my own personal experience, because a lot of the Altergeist players that I've come across are kind of jerks. You know what I mean? Like, on Edo Pro, if you play against an Altergeist player, mute the chat immediately. I'm telling you right now, because I don't know what it is about Altergeist players. You need to check your people, because the last time I played against one of these guys, I was beating him with like some, I don't remember what it was. It was like a dinosaur. It wasn't even a good dinosaur deck. It was some crappy dino deck, and I just happened to get the right combination of cards. And this dude started cussing me out, saying all sorts of slurs, and I'm just like, bro, what the heck, man? So I muted the chat, because, and then when they win, they're like, GG easy. It's the biggest fucking FU in Edo Pro, is when they say GG easy. Oh my god. So Altergeist players, you need to check your people, man, because damn. And then as far as my real life experience with that deck is the reason why I get a red flag with that one is out of the 2 Altergeist players I have met IRL, both of them were kind of jerkish to me. Basically, I lost, and then I asked him, them, hey, what could I have done different? Trying to be friendly and all that stuff. And the first guy blew me off completely and didn't say anything. He was just kind of like, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? And the second guy, like, gave me a look of disgust. And this was at a Yu-Gi-Oh event too, like in 2018, I think. Yeah, maybe 2019. I can't remember exactly. Somewhere around that ballpark. Like, Altergeist had been like just came out basically, and I lost. I was asking him, for pointers. So if I came across somebody else at a later date, and he didn't even answer me, he just looked at me like, he gave me like the stink eye basically. So sorry, Altergeist players. I'm sure some of you are lovely. It's just that your representation is awful. The next one that is number 4 on my red flag deck list, and I just know that I'm not gonna have a good time against this deck, even if I'm piloting something that's a good counter to it, or just overpower it real easy. Zombies! Oh my god, I see Zombie World, and I'm just like, oh, here we go. Because, you know what I mean? Like, if Zombie World is just kind of like a pain in the ass. It's not that it's broken. It's just a pain. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to go through more steps to out them than I would like if I was up against something else that was kind of floodgatey. So Zombie World also has their like, I don't know why, but Zombie World made their Zombie World Searcher is a quick effect. So I'm kind of like, what the hell? Why? Why, Konami? Why? It'd be fine if they send it and they banish it and I get search Zombie World. That's fine. But can anyone explain to me why it had to be a quick play spell? Like, seriously. Or not quick play spell. A quick effect? You guys knew what I meant. Why is the Banshee a quick effect to go get Zombie World? And turn everything into a zombie. So it's like, and as somebody who primarily plays dinosaurs, I'm kind of like, here we go. And people see this is why I play the Shadal variant, because it's not as affected by things like that, so I can continue playing. But for my pure dino buddies, oh man, I am so sorry, guys. That's all I can say there. You guys must see Zombie World and go, ugh. Anyway. And the last red flag deck I have on my list is one that's just kind of been there for a while, so now it's just more habit than functionality. It's True Draco. I don't know what it is. Like, True Draco, I guess maybe it's because it's so cheap. Like, it's a very cheap deck to build, which is why it's got a strike as like an anti-meta deck, or like a spike in popularity is what I'm trying to say, as an anti-meta deck, because like, oh, you did something, I get a search. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, you take, oh, did you breathe? I search. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then of course their back row, you get rid of the back row, and then your whole field goes out the door. So it's like, it punishes you for getting rid of their back row. So it's a good deck, don't get me wrong. But it's like, God. It's very frustrating. It's like, you better have the Cosmic Cyclone, and they get to play Monarch spells and traps for some reason. Like, make that make sense, Konami. You literally just made a better, like, oh god. True Draco is just Monarch, but better. And so, yeah. Anyway, those are my 5 red flag decks. Like I said at the beginning, tell me what your red flag decks are in the comments below. If you're new to the Ben 1000 yugioh channel, consider subscribing. And, I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna go, get a cup of coffee, something. I gotta chill. Just talking about these decks is stressing me out. Peace.